It's all right.
You want to pause it though?
No, no.
That's right.
Look at that, they're keen and eager and ready to go. Well, yes, indeed, as a part of Rimper Live 2025, the hackathon finalist pitches are about to take place. We have 2 pitches for you after an incredible amount of work, and we can see that Peter Catcher and Joy Silla are here. So, Peter, this is the hackathon, not the hatathon. That was last night. All right, there's some comedy gold for you right there, people. All right, Peter and Joy, come on up. Tell us a little bit about what's happening here. Give them a round of applause. And then, so the way this is going to work is that we have the 2 pitches for you. We've got the judges here. Decisions will be made, and at the Diamond Ball tonight, one of these 2 groups that you're about to see is going to win $10,000, $10,000. Yeah. All right, so again, that is worth a round of applause. So let's go, Peter and Joy. Get us underway.
Thank you, everyone. Look, I just wanted to explain why did we have a hackathon, and that was to infuse additional youth and innovation into our community. So where's the evidence? Well, 70% of the hackers, both online and virtual, were under the age of 30. Actually, 68.18, but I rounded up to the nearest human. On the diversity side, we weren't comparing apples with oranges. It was apples, oranges, bananas, pears, and God knows what other fruit we had to compare. There were 28 conversations on the evaluations before we could even compare them. It went for 2.5 hours of judging. And we spent 9 months putting this event together. And there's a silent committee to work in the background to do that. There's lots of thank yous which Joy will cover. And it took 9 hours to hack, and next year it's going to take 9 seconds to do the entire hackathon, apparently, so that's terrific. Thanks, AI. But look, that's all underwhelming to my job that I'm using Oxygen for today, because I'd like to introduce the face of the hackathon, our taskmaster, and our MC, Joy Silla.
Thank you very much, Peter. And yes, that is my hat. And you know, you should never try to be a comedian after Adam Spencer was on the stage. Can I start by firstly saying a great big thank you to the National Archives of Australia for sponsoring this event. It wouldn't occur unless we had our wonderful sponsor. Can I also thank the Public Record Office Victoria for providing a wonderful venue for the event? Can I thank all of the people who were mentors at the event and helped the teams get through the day of putting their pictures together? Can I also thank the judges, lovely judges who had a very tough job, and when we told them, you know, what the job was going to involve on the morning, I think they were all ready to get up and leave and say, no, sorry, not us, too hard. and as Peter said, over 2.5 hours locked up trying to come to a decision later on in the afternoon was quite a challenge. As Peter said, we were trying to encourage people to think outside the square and actually address broader societal issues with this particular problem statement this year. So just to remind everyone, the problem statement was, how can organisations reduce the carbon footprint of their information management practices to promote sustainability? An incredibly important topic, something I'm very passionate about, and I will bore you to tears whenever I have the opportunity to talk about it tonight. So we had 7 teams, and unfortunately they can't all win. So we had 2 shortlisted finalists, the Deakin Hunters, who are behind me here, and Joseph Sargi is, I think, he's going to do the presentation. And we also, so one end of the country to the other, and we also had the Northern Territory Hackers, NT Hackers, and Max Huang is going to be doing the presentation. I also would like to mention that the judges gave a special mention to another team who did a very creative presentation, and that was Pawsome. I don't know if anyone from Pawsome is in the room, and I'm really hopeful that the members will get to see this very creative presentation, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. But apart from that, we want to hear what the pictures were, so I'm going to invite the Deakin Hunters to present their pitch to you.
Hello, my name is Ayush and we are team Deakin Hunters. So our solution is Carbon Sync. Save carbon, save credits and maximize ROI. So did you all know that Australian companies lose $1 billion annually because of inefficiency of energy usage in their data centers? And this is not just bad for planet but also bad for their profit margins. Moreover, Australian companies, according to Energy Grid Australia, can maximize their profit by 15% annually if they try to save the energy and electricity. And according to the Australian Companies Act, over 500 million revenue companies of 500 million revenue must report Scope 2 emissions, including every kilobyte you sync to the cloud, and non-compliance is not an option. So you all must be thinking, how is this problem even relevant to our solution? So whenever we store, upload or delete data in the cloud, those cloud servers are located physically in the data centers, and those data centers consumes massive amount of electricity that eventually generates or produces carbon emissions, and carbon emissions are very risky and dangerous for our atmosphere. So our solution is Carbon Sync, a green scheduler, and whenever that scheduler is renewable, consists of renewable sources of energy such as solar, wind and water. So whenever they are at their peak, they automatically schedule tasks like uploading and deleting the files into the cloud. So whenever it's a sunny day outside, the transmission automatically switches to the solar panels, and when it's a windy day outside, it automatically switches to the turbines. So basically, instead of uploading directly to the cloud servers, we are storing those files in the queues, and then those files stored in the queues are released in the cloud servers once the renewable energies are available. Thank you.
So every file listing comes with an hidden carbon cost. Enterprise file sync market is $12 billion in 2024 and will raise up to $96 billion in 2032. Most of the carbon emissions are from data centers. 2% of the global emission, which is equal to aviation industries. To solve this problem, our Australian government has come up with the carbon credit points, by which organizations can save $34 per ton of CO2. But there are 3 major problems ignored. Carbon blindness. The key competitors in our market like Dropbox, Box, OneDrive have zero visibilities into the carbon impact. there is a timing ignorance too. These companies directly sync the files directly regardless of the carbon grid intensity. Compliance pressure. On January 2025, companies need to report Scope 2 data for ESG disclosures.
So, the solution, carbon sync. So basically it comprises of three main layers. The first one is the admin dashboard. So here the admin can check what total carbon emissions we are avoiding and what cost we are saving. And it also has a just a tab for like the department-wise distributed data. What it essentially does is it will show department-wise carbon emission, and on the basis of this data, the admin can ask one of the departments to reduce their carbon emission and use green upload instead of doing the normal one. And the second part is the smart scheduler, as Ayush told. And what it does is it shows the current renewable energy at peak, what we are using, and what uploads and syncing is happening at the current moment. And the last one is the client dashboard. Here, individuals can go and check their carbon emissions.
Coming to the main point, how are we better than the key players in the market, and why we can lead them? Here's a scenario where we have a mid-sized enterprise with 10 TBs monthly upload. Without carbon sync, the current state, energy consumed, carbon emissions monthly, and annual emissions are displayed on the screen. With carbon sync, we can reduce that amount to at least 25%. And by that, I mean you can save $1,375 for a mid-sized enterprise in a 5-period time in carbon credits. And for a large organization, if a large organization having 100 TBs of monthly uploads, that value can go up to $13,750 in monetizable carbon credits, along with the mandatory compliance coverage. At the end of each uploading schedule, the system tells the user or the organization how much carbon emissions have been avoided. And they can use this verified data, include them in the ESG report, and have claim their carbon credits, avail monetary services, tax benefits, and even money. This is kind of a win-win situation for everyone, where we are having sustainability with measurable savings, and hence the tagline: save carbon, save credit, and maximize ROI. Thank you.
Okay, just give us 2 moments to swap the PCs over. That was incredible, so I think another round of applause like that.
So we now have Max Wang representing the NT Hackers. Max's presentation will cover some of the issues that I've spoken about in the problem statement. And I'd like to, I think he's all ready to go. All ready to go? Thank you, Max.
Okay, that's what amazing. Like they have a very good teamwork. I hope I can bring my team here. So hi everyone. We are anti-team hackers from Northern Territories. Our goal is simple: to help organizations to cut the carbon impact of their digital data. Digital data is exploding, and with it, our carbon impact by 2030, data center could consume over 2% of global energy. And yet most organizations don't even have a tool to track it. Every terabyte store costs money in storage, in energy, in carbon emissions. But most businesses waste up to 30% of their digital storage. They're paying for data that they don't even use. Most people don't realize how much carbon dioxide their data creates, so we build a tool that makes it easy to see and even easier to fix it. And we call it Green Ledger AI, which is a simple web application to help organizations to see, report, and reduce carbon footprint. So our solution is simple. that turn complex data management into clear and sustainability actions. It tracks file changes using blockchain, measure emission with our AI carbon calculator, and clean all data through the policy generator. Everything comes together in one impact dashboard, the last one, and showing exactly how much carbon and money you have saved. So the solution can be adapted by city council like Melbourne City Council. They could cut storage cost and emission by cleaning the old record. University can check their research data footprint, and in short, we have every organization to save money, save energy, and go greener. So a bit about this is how our app look like. We have here a function in the app, but I will show you the five common one, the five main one. After AI has done scanning your storage, you will see like a dashboard of everything. The first, with the number 1, we can help you to calculate the amount of carbon dioxide emission from your data and how much money you can save from it. Scrolling down, you will see all kinds of charts like your monthly saving, breakdown, and prediction graph. Last one, this change in the future. Our AI helps you stay organized by adding cleanup tasks directly into your calendar, so you know exactly when to clear what. And it detects duplicated files across departments and keeps only the master copy, making cleanup stress-free. It also follows real-time retention rules, showing which data is overdue to save or to delete, and like invoice older than like 7 years. Even small files like photos or video can be reviewed and clear easily to free up space. So next, it also helps you to create professional report for your team meeting or annual review. It can also check the activities, all the activities will be recorded in an audit log, so you can always monitor who did what and at which time, and keep track of every matter of your business. Finally, we know that not everyone is a tech savvy, so we use a chatbot. That through all this step, all you need to do is either type in or hit the button, so the EcoBot will bring you to where you can get the job done. This not only saves time for you and also human resources, and make everything crystal clear and simple than ever. So the solution helps organizations meet the ESG goal, cut e-waste and cost, and see the real price of their data. And with the 2025 carbon reporting coming, the tool like this isn't like a nice to have, it's a must. And in conclusion, please remember that every file and every click matter. Together, we can turn data into action and make it count for our cleaner planet. So thank you for listening.
Well done. That was amazing. Thank you. And look at that, 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Like gold. So very well done. Yeah, I know. That's a skills. All right. So once again, thanks to the National Archives of Australia, $10,000. One of these two groups right there is going to win 10K tonight at our Diamond Ball, which is going to be incredible. So we're going to wrap things up now. We have a 2-hour turnaround. So